class, today we're doing a quick and easy experiment with a chemical reaction today. You've been learning about chemical reactions and the different phases of matter. So today we're going to be combining a liquid that is an acid with a base that is a solid, and we're going to combine those together and make a gas. This is a really easy experiment. You guys can follow along or you can just watch me. Let's go over the materials that you'll need if you want to follow along with me, and I'll put them up to the side too. So the first thing you're going to need is some distilled white vinegar. The second thing you're going to need is some baking soda, and you will probably have some of these things just laying around the house. The next thing is a pack of balloons. I got mine from the Dollar Tree. They were just $1. The next thing you're going to need is, this is your choice. You can use either a plastic bottle or a glass bottle. I picked up this little vase from the Dollar Tree because it kind of had a bottle shape and it's glass. The next thing is optional, but it's really good if you want to really see what's going on during the reaction. It's really going to help you see the difference. And it's just some little food dye. I'm sure you guys have this in your kitchen. Use whichever color you prefer, it doesn't matter. It's just gonna help you see, and you're gonna mix it in the vinegar, and it's just gonna make it a little more apparent what's going on during the reaction. So those are our materials. Now let's get set up. Okay guys, so now that you've got your materials, let's work on the setup process. I've already gotten set up. I'm gonna put some steps for you so that you can get set up to do this experiment, okay? So, and I'll show you what I've done. So I've already gone ahead of time and filled my bottle with vinegar, and I filled mine a little bit less than a third of the way because my bottle's pretty skinny, and I'm just gonna go on and add maybe somewhere between 1 and 3 drops and swirl that around of food dye just to mix that, and that's really gonna help us see what's gonna go on. So I've got that set up. I have already measured out 1 to 2 teaspoons of baking soda and filled my balloon. I used my funnel. You don't have to use a funnel, but it really helps if you don't want to make a mess. So I've got these 2 things set up and ready to go. So I'm gonna go on and we're gonna move to the experiment part of this. Okay class, so we've gotten set up, we've got our materials, and we're ready to go. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my balloon and I'm gonna hold it so that this baking soda isn't gonna go anywhere, okay? And I'm going to widen my opening and fasten this to my bottle and kind of pull it so it's in the center, okay? So this is what I've got so far. Let me make sure that you can see good. So this is what I've got so far. So before we go on and do this, I'm gonna give you a second to make a prediction. You can pause this if you need a second to think. And like we've been talking about the scientific process, and we've been talking about when you're doing experiments, making predictions of the outcome and stuff. So let's pause that and think for a second, and then whenever you're ready, hit play and let's go on and do this. Okay, so I'm just gonna take the little edge and I'm just gonna shake and get my bring this closer so you guys can really see what's going on. Oh. Okay, pretty cool, right? Did what you think was gonna happen happened? Alright guys, so we've completed our experiment. Now let's talk. So I hope maybe you had the right prediction of what was gonna happen during our experiment, or maybe you didn't, and that's okay too. So now that we've seen what's happened, let's talk about the explanation about why this balloon expanded and inflated. So we took baking soda and we put it in this balloon. As you know, baking soda is the base. We had vinegar, which is an acid, down in the bottle. Whenever we shook our balloon and shook the baking soda down into the vinegar, we caused a chemical reaction. and our chemical reaction created carbon dioxide. And carbon dioxide came out of all those little fizzy bubbles that we saw. And when the carbon dioxide was released into the air, it really didn't have anywhere to go. It didn't have a lot of room. So it came up and it expanded our balloon. So it's really cool what happened, and I hope you guys enjoyed this cute little experiment, and maybe you guys followed along with me, or maybe you guys will watch this and then show your families while we're at home during learning right now. But thank you guys for watching and hanging out with me for a little bit today. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.